Oogie Buzz back with another video. So this video is about to be about P. Diddy and Jay-Z. Mostly Jay-Z because the allegations that's currently out is about Jay-Z. Him supposed to be R-wording a 13-year-old girl. Now everybody know Jay-Z and P. Diddy was real close friends. Him and R. Kelly was very close friends. So this is not a coincidence. I'm gonna play a few videos, y'all. Yeah, we gonna continue to talk about it.
Who accused the rapper of sexual assault to reveal her identity. The woman accuses Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs of raping her in the year 2000 when she was 13. Jay-Z says this allegation is part of an extortion attempt. He says the woman's lawyer was trying to blackmail him into paying her a settlement before the allegations went public. The woman's lawyer says Jay-Z's accusation is stupid and laughable. Jay-Z's attorney is seeking a hearing for the accuser to reveal herself.
Areva Martin is a civil rights attorney, author, and radio talk show host. She joins us now to talk about this. Areva, thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We saw the latest development yesterday that Jay-Z's lawyer wants the woman who accused him of sexual assault to reveal her identity. What does the law say when you have a minor? This woman was abused when she was a minor, age 13. Now, all these years later, can they force the woman to reveal her identity?
Yeah, it's an open question. Different jurisdictions take a different approach to this question. We've seen several high-profile celebrities go into court and ask a judge to force a plaintiff, a victim, an alleged victim of rape or sexual assault, to reveal herself so that that individual can, in their words, mount a full defense against the allegations. It's not clear what the court in this case will do, but it's kind of ironic that Jay-Z is asking that the identity of the alleged victim be revealed, because before this lawsuit became public, or because before the amendment was made by plaintiff's attorney, Jay-Z himself filed an anonymous lawsuit alleging that he was being extorted by the plaintiff and her attorney. And it wasn't revealed until recently that the person filing that lawsuit was actually Jay-Z. So filing anonymously is not new. It's something that we see very frequently in these cases. But again, in terms of what the court is going to do, that's an open question.
And I realize this is a civil situation at this point, but if there's no video, isn't it one person's word against another person's word? And how strong is that after 24 years?
Well, it remains to be seen what other evidence may exist. It's not clear if there is or isn't a video, but there's also the question of witnesses. One of the reasons Jay-Z's attorney says that he wants this individual's identity revealed is because he wants to be able to identify potential witnesses. This victim says that she was raped after an MTV party in 2000. So the question is, who else might have been at the residence where this alleged rape occurred? Who else may have knowledge about this alleged sexual assault? So it's unclear at this point what kinds of corroborating evidence may exist to support her claims, or those which may exist to support Jay-Z's vehement denial of these accusations.
And wouldn't the statute of limitations have expired for there to be any criminal investigation at this point?
Again, we've seen certain states, and New York being one of them, have opened up their statute of limitations for these types of claims, not just for civil claims, which is why these types of cases are being filed in civil suits, but also some statutes have been amended in different states to allow for criminal investigations and criminal prosecutions. Not clear if this particular claim falls outside of the applicable statute of limitations. And again, Jay-Z mentioned that in his response to the accusation, saying, look, what's described in this complaint is so heinous, it's so despicable, that if indeed it did happen, the person responsible should be held criminally accountable, not just being forced to come into courts and face civil claims such as the ones in the plaintiff's lawsuit.
What does this mean? You know, in a lot of these cases, we see celebrity A, none of them ever are named publicly. Does that mean that some of these other names in all of these lawsuits that have been filed might be revealed?
Well, what we know from this attorney, Tony Busby, this Houston-based attorney that has filed this case and filed the amendment, he said that he had over 100 individuals that he was going to file lawsuits on who were going to allege sexual assault or some kind of sexual misconduct on the part of Sean Diddy Combs. And that in addition to naming Sean Combs as a defendant, he would be identifying other high-profile celebrities. And Jay-Z is the first of the high-profile celebrities mentioned in a lawsuit involving Sean Combs. So I would not be surprised if we didn't see other lawsuits filed by this law firm and perhaps even other law firms identifying other celebrities. What we know about the parties that Sean Combs gave during this time period is that they were often replete with high-profile music industry folks as well as TV and film celebrities. So I think this is the beginning, not the end, of the era where we will see lawsuits naming high-profile celebrities.
Areva Martin, thanks so much for joining us. You can hear Areva every day from 2 to 4 on Areva Martin in real time, streaming live on KBLA.com, or find her podcasts everywhere you find podcasts. Thanks, Areva.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And let me remind y'all, like, this stuff, it ain't new. These things that's coming out about Jay-Z isn't new. It's been rumors throughout the years about Jay-Z, P. Diddy, and R. Kelly. And it's not a coincidence that they all running in the same circle together. Y'all know Jaguar, right? Been going around speaking a lot about all of them. And a lot of people call her crazy, saying this and saying that about her. But it's not a coincidence that now it's allegations put against Jay-Z as well. Y'all watch. Because she's also been making claims about how young Beyonce was when Jay-Z started dating her. Claims about Jay-Z having a part to play in Aaliyah's demise as well. So I'm going to play this video for y'all.
I want you to think about this. Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter. Yeah. Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Allegedly.
The industry is a wicked place, and a lot of people might not believe anything that Jaguar says, but you also have to look at, like, the things that's been surrounding him in the media from way back. Let's say back when this 13-year-old said that this stuff happened to her. A lot of stuff get brushed under the rug when it comes to these celebrities, and a lot of y'all hate to hear that your favorite celebrity has done these awful things to people. But let's face it, it's Holly weird. Now Holly weird, and these things does happen. So me, I'm just waiting to see what all comes out. I'm not gonna be biased about the situation, anything like that. I'm just gonna keep uploading videos and talking about the situation and putting it out there, things that happen. Like, he has a son, Rymir Satherway, if that's how you pronounce his last name, that's been coming out for years saying that Jay-Z is his dad, and Jay-Z steady denying it. And what do you know why he's denying it? Is because his mom was young when Jay-Z started sleeping with her and tried to go back to Philly and get her to be his girl permanently. So yes, these things might be true. Let's face it.
Born and raised. Where were you?
North Philadelphia.
North Philly. Oh wow. I don't know why I thought you was from New York.
No.
North Philly.
North Philly.
Whole life.
Whole life.
And you still residing in that area?
Yeah, I'm in that area right now. I had to step out of the city for a little bit, North Philadelphia, and just, spread my wings a little bit. I said I wanted to do different things, working with kids and for the federal and state right now. So it's just like I've been working with the Board of Child Care and just been trying to put myself in the community and help out as much as I can.
So what are you doing with the kids?
Basically, I'm a case manager, but basically I work in after-school programs. I help friends out, like they running football programs for the youth and basketball programs for Stilton, Harrisburg, and different areas around PA.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's really dope.
Yeah, I'm dedicated. I want to see our future grow. That's what it is.
That's what's up. See, I'm telling you, the internet got some misconceptions out here about you. And you're not even that old. How old are you?
I just hit 30.
Well, happy belated birthday. When's your birthday?
July 13th.
Okay, damn.
Yeah, she did anything she could to keep us flowing. Like, she always had a house, always tried to help us even when she wasn't around. And she always would make sure she pop up and, find us, look out for us. And, anything she could do for us, she was there. So, and I really appreciated that from her, because a lot of parents don't even, I ain't gonna say that for everybody, parents, but a lot of parents say, you chasing Jay-Z. I was never, what am I getting from that? 15 minutes of fame, it's more hassle than anything. So it's not, I ain't never get nothing from them. They don't never got no paid interviews. I don't take, so it's like all these years we've been doing this, it's been us.
And he's come after you guys pretty hard financially.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that when we bring Miss Lily in here, your godmother, because she traveled with Ramir down here to support him, because we've been trying to get Ramir on the show for quite some time. And our name ain't the best out here in the streets. You feel me? And so, but I'm glad nevertheless, she watches the brand. She's familiar. And, I'm glad that she talked you into coming and stuff like that. And so,
she definitely was supportive.
I really appreciate her for doing that. What's your mom's name?
Wanda Satterway.
Wanda Satterway. Okay. How many siblings?
She got 4 sisters, 5 sisters. Aunt Dee, Aunt Thea, Aunt Sheenie, Aunt Holly, and she got a brother.
Are they all still living?
No, one of her brothers just passed away.
Oh wow, your uncle.
My uncle. I think it was 2 years ago. And my mom just passed away 3 years. So it's been a whole lot going on. It's just been crazy couple years. You had cousins, uncles, moms, just
the whole family. Because the black family, that's still fresh.
Yeah, it is. I'm still working on it, but I take every day one day at a time, and just seriously, just think what she wants. She was a real happy person. Nobody can make her upset. It's just she every day smiles, dancing.
Yeah.
So I miss that. It's not there no more. So, but I take every day, and I try to get that to the kids. My mom, even when I was mad, be happy. Another day, God let you be here. Right? Don't be upset. That's nothing. For everything. It wasn't nothing I could go to her and say she gonna agree on me being upset, or anybody in the family. Anybody, you can ask anybody in the family, but my mom, happy, joy, dancing.
How many kids did she have?
She had me and my brother.
Okay. Different fathers?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So how old was she when you were born? Are you the oldest, youngest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest, so you were the firstborn. Okay, so how old was she when you were born?
15 going on 16.
15. So she was a young mom.
Yeah.
Okay, did she raise you an entire time, or like me, I was raised by my grandma, my mama, my auntie?
I'm pretty sure she had help from the family, but we ain't have no foster care or nothing. So she stuck it out in the family. And they family helped her.
You remember being with her when she was so young?
I say probably around when I got to 3, when I probably can fully start remembering little things, 3, 4, when I really start, picking up on things. I'm my mom, I seen her.
How she look? I don't even think we have pictures of her.
It's crazy because, when people say take pictures and it'll last forever and all that, we was never no picture people. It's pictures that we have, but now I wish I took so many more,
Yeah.
and videos, because it's only got so much left. I got certain items and all that, but pictures, I don't have a lot of pictures. And I dread
But describe her beauty. I know you can.
My mom was beautiful. Let me say, she just was her, naturally beautiful. She ain't do too much of that makeup, Loved to wear her hair out, loved to wear whatever she wanted. If she wanted to wear it, wasn't really into the fashion thing, but she had definitely, if she was comfortable in it, she'd wear it. And she just was a lovely person. Well, you could take her anywhere. You could talk to her about anything. That's what I'm saying. She was like one of a kind, because I really don't see that. And people be like, damn, you making this up. Be like, the people that know me know how sincere I was about my mom and how still I am. That's why I'm doing this. Like this, even after death, like my mom just installed that in me, that if you believe in something right, just fight for it. They don't got nothing to do. This is bigger than me. This case bigger than me, honestly, when I say my case, because I'm not just fighting for me. It's for anybody that come behind me. They shouldn't have to go through this. Like, it should have been taken care of. It should have been over with, because if they find somebody on the streets, or anybody, not even on the streets, just any other regular person that don't have money, I feel like this would have been over with. It would have been taken care of.
And you're grown now, so it's not like you're trying to collect any money.
That's why I said this for years. Like, I'm good. Like, of course, anybody would want more money. Who wouldn't take money? But I'm good where I'm at in life. I got a great job. I'm driving Mercedes-Benz. I'm taking care of myself, taking care of my kids. So it's like...
You got kids?
Yeah.
Okay, how old?
I got a newborn son that's 8 months.
Damn. Okay, congratulations.
And I got two daughters. Actually, 15.
15-year-old. Wow. So you had a baby at 15 too?
Yes.
Okay.
I ain't going for all that. It's just honest. I love my daughters to death, and it's just different now. I get to grow up, because when I was a kid, I had a lot of help from the family. Don't get me wrong, but it's now that I'm older and I fully know, what I'm supposed to be doing. Is just, I'm glad that I can grow with my kids and actually teach them things and show them things that,
you
wasn't sure. Yeah, so it's like.
Did you have any type of father figure around?
Yeah, I feel like I always, like, my uncles, my person that was there, that was my father figure, that was there for my little brother. That's my little brother dad. But the person that was there, I had this multiple people. I feel like it take a village to raise a child, so I don't believe it. Never.
So
was
you basically
one
was
father,
raised just like most of us, by the whole damn.
Yeah, it's never.
You going to your auntie house, your
aunts,
mama house, okay.
And I took that all in, and that's how I am today.
Okay. Did you feel coming up like something was missing, even though you had your mom? Like, you know how as a child, you be in school and maybe they have like, I don't know, go to school with your dad day, or dads for donuts. Did you notice, like, when did you notice that something was kind of like missing or different about you?
See, I ain't gonna make up nothing. When I was younger, I ain't really look at it. Like, I really looked at, I try to look past it. I see that now, because
like not having a dad?
Yeah, I try to, like, I always, that's like I said, I always had people around me. So even when I didn't have the father figures coming up to the schools and, always there when I needed them to talk or something, it's like, I quote different. Like, I sit there and people say it's bad and talk to myself as far as not on nothing crazy, but sometimes you gotta have that conversation. Like, hey, you can't blame another person and, take all this. So I was kind of tough on myself, but it helped me grow, honestly. And for situations now where I'd be like, hey, I ain't had that when I was young, that don't mean my kids can't have it.
Right.
Or
because most people are essentially damaged when they don't have their fathers or their mothers in their life. And so
she tried to, like, I guess when I could fully understand, I said it was really like 7, she was installing that, your father not your real father, and she told me who it was. And I didn't fully understand it until I was older, because I didn't know who no Sean Carter was, no Jay-Z, and so I just saw little stuff she showed me of him and little videos when he was first coming out. So I'm like, well, damn, Mom, but as I got older, 9, 10, 11, 12, I'm like, damn, she consistent. She, my mom, and my mom never lied. So I'm like, what is she saying this for? So as I'm growing up, then I made me start looking at, the person that was dead. And I'm like, all right, I'm getting treated a little differently and all that. But I'm not going to look at it like that. So I just started, she was always constant, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm like, yeah, son, I'm telling you. Like, I'm like, all right, well, Mom, if you let's do something about it.
What did she, like, when she came to you about it, saying, hey, by the way, your brother's dad is not your dad. Jay-Z, Sean Carter is your dad. And did she tell you, and she was showing you videos and stuff about him, like, was she telling you because she truly wanted you to know? And not so.
I believe so at that time. I don't know, because where it came from, it's not like we was like, needing for anything. You know, we was living great. You know, everything was, we was fine. So, and it just came randomly. Like, you know, that my mom used to give me these long stares and just zone out sometimes. And when she told me that day, I still was a kid, and, you know, I can't fully remember everything, but I could say it was random. Like, you know, it was nothing. Like, I could have went along with the person that was dead. Like, there's no reason she had to tell me that.
Do
like,
you wish she never would have told you sometimes?
No, honestly, I believe, because she was so of a person of truth, I believe it was killing her inside to keep it away from me that long.
What did she say? How did the two meet? Like, how did they meet? Did she tell you any of that?
I don't. She said basically, and this in her affidavits, but what she was telling me basically.
Oh, like for the courts and stuff? Cause
yeah, she told them, but she basically told me is just, I guess she was out with her friend and went to, I don't know if it was a party or a club, or they met up and, you know, and did whatever they did. But
so it was a one night stand.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just. But in her affidavits, I guess it was more than a one night stand, because she had his number and they continued to talk and all that. But I just can't put all that because I wasn't there. I'm not my mom. Only thing I can say is what she told me. But I just believed her because my mom, like, for her to just come, like, she never lied. Like, she was not no liar. The family knows. So when she said it, like, everybody basically just tried to, the family wanted to help her, but they didn't want her to seem like she was crazy.
What you mean, like crazy?
Like, cause you got people that say stuff all around the world. I guess they ain't, I don't know if our sisters was fully, and then want her to go out there and go against, I guess, the court systems and Jay-Z and them, but I guess they didn't believe her all the way. Far as, how did you sleep with him? Like, it was just basically, and one of her sisters always knew my mom was like, moving around, far as not moving around, but how she had friends and she'd get outside and move around and do whatever it's teenagers. Okay. When you're younger, same thing I did when I was a teenager. You move around and you do teenager stuff. So,
because I'm sure, like, in the neighborhood that y'all grew up in, because I know in my neighborhood, like, if somebody got pregnant, we can pinpoint who about the father was, because you would see who the girls was with or who they. You know what I'm saying?
With me, it was never no other name. Like, I could understand if it was other name, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing none of this. If it was another name, she'd have said any other name or any other person, or the family would have said, we saw your mom with this person, your mom was doing this. She was, I would have, I would have really sat there and I really had this conversation with my mom. Mom, before we go out there and even say any of this, like, listen, you can tell me, Mom, like, honestly, I won't be upset. This is when I was older, before. I'm not gonna be upset with you if you don't know. Tell me, let me know, Mom. It's cool. Like, if you wrong, you wrong. We find another way. But for her to constantly stay with this person and keep, I'm telling you, son. Like, I won't lie to you. It's nothing. I'm like, oh, what am I so in denial for? Like, what am I in denial for? Like, what is she? It's nothing she did to me or told me wrong my whole life. So, what am I so? Man, I don't know. And I think that's just what the family was. I don't think you should do that, Wanda. But when she did it, it just showed that she just standing on her word. Like,
because she helped you to, like, she was supporting you in affidavits in court.
Me every day.
And everything, saying that they had met. Now, how old was Jay-Z at the time?
I think like 22.
And they could say, back then, it's kind of like how, I guess, things, but 15 and 22, damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now I can kind of see why he's probably not claiming it, because it looks bad on his reputation, because he has a history. Like, if you look at, like, even Beyonce, like, he was in his 30s and Beyonce was barely 19. And then there's the Foxy Brown piece too. People have
heard that. That's crazy.
And Foxy was 15 and he was like in his late 20s and stuff. And so
I don't know what they be doing behind them closed doors, but I can tell you, man. Like, I can't look. I'm only here for the truth. They could have been got this out the way.
Yeah, but how was that?
He did excellent. Yeah. When all this was going on, he was obviously very young.
Yeah.
And some points of it, we didn't tell him stuff. But at the end of the day, he knows what he knows.
Yeah.
I've lived it with his mother.
Yeah.
So there's some crucial details that I do know. But at the end of the day, it's so much bigger than a baby daddy.
Yeah.
The baby daddy is a big part of it. but it's so much bigger
Okay.
because the system is just broke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Lily, godmother, how you doing?
I'm
Basically best friend to his mom.
Yeah, she was my goddaughter.
Oh.
So I met her, I was 19 and she was 11 at church. She came to my Sunday school class.
Okay.
And she had been separated from her parents because they had some problems with drugs and things of that nature. And me and her clung to each other. And she looked up at me and said, "Could you be my godmother?" I said, "Yes." And we were inseparable.
Wow.
She was 11, I was 19. So, yeah, me and her went back that far.
What was she like after you guys met? Like,
so the time I met her, she was 11 years old. She was very busy. She liked to keep herself busy, similar to Ramir.
okay.
So she comes into my Sunday school class. She didn't know me, but because she had been separated from her mother and father,
Okay.
I lost my parents when I was young. So we had something in common. So it was something like our spirits were kind of coming together. She came to the Sunday school class and she started handing out papers and helping me out and all this other kind of stuff. And without me even asking her. And it was just a thing where she needed to belong. She needed to connect.
11-year-old would need that, especially if they don't have parents.
Right.
Yeah.
And her aunt brought her in, but it was something about what was going on in her life at the time. And I think that God was doing a divine connection. Because I promise you, when she started doing this, I said, "Who is this kid?" She's handing out papers to the study school, not being asked to do anything, helping the kids. And then she comes to me at the end and she says, "Can you be my godmother?" Aww. And I looked down at her with her little messy hair and I said, "Yes." What am I going to tell her? No? Years later.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
years later. So by that time, she had had a baby and she had been in an abusive relationship, which is part of the reason why she delayed in finding Ramir's father. She knew who he was.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to go into that piece, but she gave me that piece, and I get it. We were very clear. We had
was
long
it with
talks.
her? Was it with Ramir's brother's father? Is that
No.
Okay. So
Well, Ramir's brother's father was her on and off boyfriend in high school.
okay.
They were all kids, under 18. And then somewhere in there, Wanda told me she had ran into what they call, his name was not Jay-Z back then, his name was Rock.
Oh.
They used all street names. And it was an area where they did a lot of dealing.
Okay.
if
So
you
he
will.
was because he did talk about being a drug dealer.
Yeah, so
So he was dealing drugs at this
right,
time.
so that's how she connected with him through a friend of her
Okay.
named Kenesha or Lakeisha, somebody Allen, who was very known in the affidavit. The person is real. I saw her. So nonetheless, that's how they met, and they went off and had their fun together and fling. And then, I guess fling. She said they were partying, and she put this all in the affidavit. And they eventually had sex, and she said the condom broke. And then they had been taken off to New York. But she did tell Rock at the time that she was 18 or whatever the number she said. I think she said 18, even though she was 16. And she got pregnant. And then they didn't know each other like that. But he did come back in the community, from what she told me, looking for her for the second time, the date, whatever, because that was their area where they scouted these men doing what they do. And she said that her mom told her, "You disappear again, I'm gonna put you away." That's what she told me. So she decided not to go off with him, so she didn't go.
So he wanted her to leave with him.
Yeah, he was. I think he was looking for a consistent thing. So at the end of the day, it was a one-night stand on how, unfortunately, when Ramir wasn't pregnant, and at the time she didn't know she was pregnant. And then he came back, and it must have came back within a reasonable amount of time, week, 2 weeks, or whatever it was. And her mother told her not to disappear again, because she had disappeared the last time because they were off in New York.
Okay.
This is what she told me. And at the end of the day, she didn't go, but I understand it to be true that Wanda told me that when he found out that she was with child, he came looking for her. But by then, Wanda's mother had moved. So this is a fact, everybody. This is what happened. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But Wanda says she never knew his real name. She only knew his stage name. He was going to overseas at the time, and he had asked her about it. And of course, that never materialized. But at the end of the day, this is what she said in regard to, the coming together of the relationship.